There we go. Hello and welcome to another midnight showing. As always, I'm Kelly.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm Batman.
And I'm Superman. And we just got out of the Avengers, Age of Ultron. And yes, I am wearing all of my good core lantern rings.
Oh, he didn't bring the bad ones?
No, I'm a good guy. Superman's the only one that can handle this much power.
But the bad ones are so much fun.
But I have will, hope, life, and compassion.
Except for that Elseworld story where he went to the Sinestro Corps.
Those dark times. Dark times indeed. And, okay, so enough of the DC jokes. We're probably going to get enough Marvel fanboys to piss their pants inside of the comment section. So, non-spoiler version.
This was the most amazing movie, if not the summer, if not the year, then ever.
It was pretty good. I liked it.
Better than the first one,
I would have paid $60 or $70 to see all of those movies.
I'd pay another $11 for the 3D.
I would watch it twice.
Yes.
Yeah. It was great.
It was an amazing movie. I don't know if it's quite that good. I actually kind of think the first one was a little bit better than this one.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna
Excuse me.
I've been saving this since we had to drive to get better lighting here at the gas station.
Well,
I was saving that one.
because if I murder you for that, then we have video footage, and I could go on death row.
He could go to
Exactly.
he could go to the cops with this, and the cops would be like, "He was justified, dude.
It was justified.
He was justified.
He was in fear for his life, sitting next to a communist."
Wasn't there another Elseworld story where Superman was a communist?
Yeah, where he
Didn't he
landed
have
in
the sickle and
Superman was
hammer?
a communist?
Instead of the S, he had like a sickle and hammer on his chest.
Oh
Yeah.
my
He
goodness.
crash landed in Russia rather than in the USA. It's actually a pretty damn good story.
I would read it, but
But, yeah, I actually didn't think this one was quite as good as the first one. Don't get me wrong, this is amazing. It was fucking awesome. I want to go see this in D-Box now. But
what is D-Box?
It's the special. It's like
motion seats.
It's like those 4D things from Universal Studios, like the 4D Shrek.
Oh, how
it's
much?
like that.
How much is tickets for that?
Fucking expensive.
It's 18 per ticket.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We usually pay 9 here in St.
We
George.
wanted to save our first D-Box experience for Godzilla, but we never got the chance.
Yeah, we never did get that one. But yeah, there were just some things that it did feel a little crowded, especially with them trying to introduce characters left and right, and then
It was like
a lot of stuff just happened that would be in
Yeah.
spoiler territory. I just think that the first one, because of the way it was built with the other movies, that it just flowed better and you didn't have as many.
This was the same Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch from X-Men, wasn't it?
Technically, which is why we're going into spoilers if you make me talk about them. There's a lot of spoilers around those two characters.
Barry, put that in.
Everybody knows that they're in it from the trailer.
No. They know that they're in it, but if I talk about anything that happens to them in the movie...
Exactly. They know that they're in it. I didn't spoil anything.
Yeah, so final verdict before we go into the spoiler section. Go see this movie immediately!
Go see this movie. Buy it.
If you have $11, go see it at the theater, man.
Yeah,
if you don't have anything
yeah.
to do with your life.
He owes me $11.
I owe him $11.
I told him yesterday, come with us. I will pay for your ticket. I've got over 100 hours on my last paycheck. Speaking of which, a lot of stuff has happened to me these past few weeks. Today was my last day working at Burger King.
Yay!
And yeah.
We're going to bigger and better things.
Yep. And I've got a lot of money coming. Well, not a lot of money, but it's gonna be good.
It's a really nice paycheck that
It
can solve
is.
most of my problems right now.
Yeah.
About 90%.
I bought him lunch. It's gonna help me pay him back for the ticket.
Yeah.
Or he can just give him the $11 if you can track him down. He works at Target, by the way.
Hey, look, it's right over there.
Exactly.
But
And so yeah, and then I got to see this amazing movie. after work, and I couldn't be happier. I had a great day. Aside from how work was, it was a great day. I'll tell you later, because it's probably going to involve a lot of swear words.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We're trying to avoid keeping it a little more low key.
We're probably going to be
so more
here.
people can see this one, but do you know that we're going to be talking about basically this movie for the next 2 hours?
Probably going to be, we're going to be here a while.
Step out of the
Strap
car,
in.
punch a kid in the throat.
Pause the video now and like take a piss or something.
Yeah.
We're gonna be here for a bit.
Go grab a beer.
Get yourself some popcorn.
Grab yourself
Sit
a
down with
gritty
your
beer.
children.
Yeah,
Grab the wife and kids. Don't grab them. Just, set them next to you on the couch with this on the big screen.
Get in your snuggie.
Yeah. Get
So-
yourself a cold brew. Sit down for a minute while we tell you a life story about the new Avengers, Age of Ultron.
And like going into the spoiler section.
Disclaimer, spoilers.
The opening sequence just tells you
one
right
of the
off the bat you're gonna have
best things about this movie is in that opening sequence.
Yeah, you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah. You know those games where boom, stuff everywhere, in your face, gun, here you are, enemy, shoot. That's like that, but like on a level of 1 to fuck, it's oh my god.
Captain America gets off in one shot, just one motion, gets off his motorcycle and chucks it at the bad guys.
A motorcycle while going 60 plus miles an hour.
Lands on his
my
feet like
God.
a cat.
Off-road. It's a motorcycle, and he threw it like a baseball, man.
This is completely an FU to physics, but it doesn't matter because that shot was awesome.
This whole thing.
The first Avengers movie had that FU to everything moment when the Hulk shows up out of nowhere, Hulk's out and takes down that big old monster, but you don't care that it's a solid fuck you to anybody. No, he just smashed that thing in one hit! Oh my god! This movie opens with that exact same type of thing, except it's an FU to physics, where Captain America does a flip off a bike, throws it at a freaking Jeep, destroying it and killing God knows how many people.
Yeah.
7.
Oh my god.
And lands on his feet, well, just fine. This is a badass.
He's seen it with his own eyes.
Yeah.
He's seen it with our own eyes.
Yeah.
We're witnesses, man. We go to police and you see this shit, dude? Captain America over here.
Oh my god.
Acrobatics off of bikes. Who does that? This guy, evidently Captain America.
This is how you do action.
That
Like,
one shot was so amazing that we're still talking about it.
That one shot of the movie basically sums up this movie in a nutshell.
Yeah.
It is just balls to the wall. Awesome.
Oh
There's
my
so
gosh.
much good about this film, and I was legitimately surprised. I thought I knew exactly who was going to die and when.
I didn't.
But surprisingly, everyone died.
Oh no.
Even the children and the babies. And the pregnant mothers.
And
They're all
they
dead.
set up. Okay, I do have a few problems with the movie. I know that.
Of course you do.
Of course I do.
Everybody does. I don't care.
Yeah,
Okay, Hitler, let's
don't. Everything good about this. Vision, freaking whatever his name is, the actor who's been doing Jarvis forever, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Coming in as Vision is awesome and amazing. Who else is?
Ultron.
Ultron.
was
James
amazing.
Spader as Ultron. Oh my god, that was scary.
That was
Was
terrifying.
an amazing villain altogether. Added much plot. Very story.
And having him act like Tony Stark half the time, like a
Yeah.
bizarro Tony Stark.
Exactly.
Oh my lord, that was just cream on the cake, especially when he sees like himself losing at the very end. Just that line.
Yeah.
You know, in hindsight, when I thought about all this, boom! Hulk comes in and smashes him outside. You know, it's just something that you never really. Oh.
Yeah, the Ultron drones were pretty cool. I just watched an episode of Avengers Assemble on Disney XD. They were having this huge like Ultron-a-thon and going
course.
over this arc. Actually, it's Sunday, but the episode that I watched, you know, Ultron is like spreading like a computer virus, calling it change and whatever, and he can actually
Just wanted to show that off.
he can take over. He takes over people and like turns them into Ultron drones, which basically, the way they draw it, they look just like Ultron, and it's kind of, I guess it's kind of cool, but at the same time it's kind of lame. These drones looked like drones. They have little details here and there, like the things on the sides of his head, but they looked like drones and minions. Clearly, yeah, you're looking at them, it's like, that's a cool design, and then you look at Ultron, it's like, yeah, that's Ultron. That's the big one.
You gotta show him off in the corner.
Yeah.
And they reveled doing that.
Yeah.
He had like, what, 3 bodies inside this movie?
Yeah.
Three different bodies? And the last one was just...
Or have you been juicing?
Have you been juicing? You look like you have some vibranium juices. You know, I'm not judging, man, but maybe you should cut down. I think the best line in this movie, though, was delivered by Thor.
Which one was that?
When Ultron has him in his grasp, and he's just like, you can't do anything. I am Thor.
As long as I have breath in my breast, I am running out of things to say.
Are you done yet?
The guy comes in, smacks Ultron in the face with a hammer, like, I own you with this hammer.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I honestly think that is the best line in the movie. I really do. It just sums it up perfectly. It's serious, but it's funny. It's people. The banter between all of the Avengers inside of this is just so natural and perfect. They're sitting there making fun of each other. They're speculating about their real lives and whatnot, and nobody saw that freaking Hawkeye had a family.
Yeah.
My God, did they?
Yeah, spoilers. Disclaimer.
Yeah,
Like
this is a spoiler. This is spoiler corner. We're so okay. This is the spoiler section, and no one saw that he had family. I didn't, but by God, I really thought he was gonna die in this movie.
This is the guy who takes time out of his day instead of getting back to my texts. He reads these things and spoils it for himself. And he didn't see this coming.
I don't try to read this. The guy at work, he links all this stuff to me, but it's just too tempting. But I honestly thought he was going to die. I did.
I thought everyone was gonna die.
Joss Whedon has announced that he wants the Avenger. Oh. Because he thinks that it would add a new dynamic to the team.
I read about that.
And who has movies and who doesn't? It's pretty obvious. It's either they are going to kill off Black Widow or they're going to kill off Hawkeye. They're probably not going to kill off Black Widow because, frankly speaking, it's a sausage fest. We need more female Avengers. Bring in
Well, we have 2 of them now.
Yeah, we got 2 now. But yeah, I honestly thought he was going to die. And at the end, when the twist finally comes, is who dies, the way they set that up, you didn't even know who was going to die.
Yeah.
They basically set up everybody who was a possible target on their back to die.
Bam, someone you had no idea this guy was dead.
And he even says it.
You didn't see that one coming.
You didn't see that one coming, did you?
Yeah.
When he dies. But it makes completely sense why he had to die. From just the licensing standpoint.
Yeah.
Why he's the dead man. If you haven't guessed, the dead man is Quicksilver. They introduced him, and then they killed him off. Frankly speaking, I'm kind of happy they did, because
I thought it was gonna be Vision.
No,
they can't kill Vision
because he was in there. He was in there halfway through the movie. Then in my mind, I had played it out. The coolest hero of all time was in Avengers, there for 5 minutes and then died.
He's either going to come back. This
isn't an Image project. This is Marvel.
Probably going to have in like Iron Man, the next Iron Man, if there is one.
There is no next Iron Man, they said, but Tony Stark and War Machine will be inside of Captain America 3: Civil War.
Yeah, Vision's probably going to come back in Captain America.
You can imagine that. The 3rd Avengers, which they said will come out, but that's all we got.
Yeah, and then the useless post-credit scene that we all knew was coming. Yeah, but
And then, yeah, there's going to be Hulk 3, which I keep reading. You know what Planet Hulk is, right? You've heard about that?
Yeah, I've watched the movie.
Probably going to have an excuse to bring in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
And have him be the way he gets back home.
And then, like, come back, and then they're going to be, like, in Avengers 3 or something.
Yeah.
Which would be wicked cool. Combine all of those movies. Why don't we take all of the movies that exist now and combine them all?
Yeah.
It's basically what they're doing and setting everything up, and they're doing
every
it good.
movie.
Yeah.
Every movie that exists.
Now,
Charlie Chaplin in with Terminator. That's a combination right there.
Wow.
yeah, I'd love to see his wonderful speech against the Hitler speech that everyone makes memes out of. that just seems like it'd be blasphemy.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean the way that they're combining them and losing some people and bringing others in, it works. But that also kind of leads to one of my problems with it. This movie has a lot that you have to know going in. Let's just say that this is the starting point for someone to jump into this movie.
That's a terrible starting point.
Yes, this is
you will be lost.
Because it's not just that you have another movie of information, you have another 10 movies of information that you need to know. All of the Iron Man movies, there's 3, 2 Thor movies, Guardians of the Galaxy didn't really play in.
2 Hulk movies.
2 Hulk movies.
Only one, the 2003 Hulk is technically not canon, but a Hulk movie. You've got the other Avengers movie. There's just so much going in here. If you think that this is a jumping on point, it is not.
No.
Don't start here.
Even if you've only seen the first Avengers and you haven't seen the other ones, you are going to be lost.
Shell out some money and get the giant chest.
Get the giant briefcase.
Yeah. Of the other Avengers
Wolverine
movie.
too, because I'd imagine he'll be somewhere along the Avengers story. Even if he's only in the movie for like 10 seconds to say one line.
Wolverine's not going to be in here. He's owned by Fox, 21st Century Fox.
Is he?
Yeah. When Marvel first started doing their movie run in the early 2000s as a way of fixing everything that happened, because they almost bankrupted the entire comic book industry in the 90s. It's a really, really fascinating story if you ever get a chance to look it up. But they basically bankrupt, and their CEO stepped down, and a new CEO took over. I can't remember his name, but when he was thinking the movies were the way to go, so he started selling out superhero rights. Sony took Spider-Man, for instance, which is the whole debacle with him. 21st Century Fox bought Ghost Rider, Daredevil, Elektra.
So basically
X-Men.
the Marvel Knights.
The Marvel Knights. He brought all the X-Men. They brought the Fantastic Four too, and they're rebooting it with the Ultimate Universe.
Is that one? The new one is Fox?
Yeah, it's 21st Century Fox. They're trying to, as long as they're producing movies with it, they can sustain the rights. But if they go so long without producing movies, the rights expire and they go back to Disney Marvel. And see, that was the thing, is that it wasn't until Marvel made the deal.
Did Sony only own Spider-Man for 2 movies? That seems like a stupid deal to me.
They are the ones that made the 2002 Tobey Maguire and Sam Raimi stuff.
So that's 5.
Yeah, that's the reason why they rebooted The Amazing Spider-Man so quickly after Spider-Man 3, which is because they needed to retain those rights. They saw the golden age of comic books on the horizon, and they needed to get a piece of that pie.
Well, you can say what you want about the old Spider-Man movies, but
number 2.
The Nostalgia Critic said it. Everyone thought comic book movies was a dying art, especially after. Have you heard of Shaquille O'Neal in Steel?
Oh, 97.
Do you know who Steel is?
Oh, God.
He's a superhero.
He's one of the coolest DC heroes ever. Why the flying fuck did you get Shaquille O'Neal to play that piece of...
Shaquille O'Neal doesn't need to be a movie star, period.
Exactly.
Have you seen that guy? He's like 6 foot damn.
We'll go into that. We'll go into that later after the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, that basically killed superhero movies. And then Spider-Man brought it back.
It wasn't just Spider-Man. X-Men, the first X-Men movie did a lot too.
Yeah.
And you could even argue that the Blade movies kind of did it too. But you can also argue that they were just matrixing it up.
Yeah.
The first one came out before the Matrix, but they were made by the same person.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, Spider-Man definitely helped, and I don't think without those we wouldn't have an amazing movie like this. And I just brought it full circle.
Yeah.
Bam. I win.
Avengers is amazing. You
It
just gotta see
is an amazing movie, and it is one that is a must-see. But we can't ignore the problems. We gotta take the fanboy goggles off for 2 seconds and just admit there are things in this that could have been better.
It might not be for everybody. You might not be a superhero fan. You might just like explosions. In which case, you got explosions.
Go see
Yeah.
Transformers.
You might. Yeah.
One of my problems with it is also, by God, how fast did Ultron become evil?
Right.
Like
It
it was
felt like there
5
was, like-
seconds, right?
It felt like there was 15 minutes missing from this movie. It really did.
The whole like within the first few seconds he's born. What is this? This feels weird. Everything is wrong. Bam! Gotta kill Jarvis. Which they did that. They killed Jarvis.
Yeah,
But
that's
then they didn't.
Partly.
that's
Yeah.
basically how it went down. You don't even see Ultron's face until he goes into the metal body. And yeah, that's basically what he says.
And then he
it-
chooses of all robots he could be, Mr. All-Knowing, you know, Ultron chooses to be this old beat-up robot that's like, what, 67 years
That
old
was
No,
that
it
was
was a piece of all.
disturbing.
It was all the pieces of the broken Iron Legion that was in the attack before, which I really would have wished that I saw the Iron Duos rather than the Iron Legion, but I guess it works for story points.
Yeah. If you thought that was disturbing in the trailer,
Wait till you actually hear
holy
him talk.
shit.
Yeah, like
I've got no strings attached
To
to
me.
me.
And
And he's like,
actually played-
he's
he
like,
actually
yeah,
played the
he's
song.
building. It like zooms out while he's like building his new body out of like besides the scraps, you know. And it pulls out and it's playing the thing from Pinocchio, and you're just like, I will never look at that. You thought Pleasure Island from that movie was disturbing?
Yeah.
That is just, oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's no putting it down. James Spader as Ultron was amazing, but it just feels like he was rushed so badly. I don't mind that he turned evil from looking at society and humanity and all that stuff. My problem is that I want to see him turn evil. I don't want to see him get born all of a sudden he's evil. I want to see him turn evil and come to these conclusions so we get a little bit more into his mindset.
At least start out on one end of the spectrum, not just be like, well, look
Yeah.
at this guy. Now he's evil.
Yeah, it's I have heard that there is going to be an extended edition of this when it comes out.
Oh, I'm sure there will be.
Which I
We'd
think
have
that
to
it was. I think there is actually a few missing scenes in here
Who is
because they didn't want the movie being 3.5 hours. And to which I say, we
Bullshit.
just sat through Interstellar and God knows how many Hobbit movies. We can sit through a 3.5 hour movie if it's good.
Exactly.
Just give us that. It's fine.
When was the last good 3-hour movie?
Interstellar,
Interstellar was 3 hours?
3 hours. Almost to the dot.
I never
Although
saw
I could argue you could take an hour out of that movie.
Oh, I'm thinking of a different movie. I haven't seen Interstellar yet.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Oh, it's very
Everyone
good.
says it's amazing. I don't know.
It's a pure science fiction movie.
Oh, it's that.
It doesn't dip into fantasy. It doesn't dip into anything. It dips into science fiction and science theory. And
Oh.
yeah, it does kind of go a little Shyamalan at the end, but
Shyamalan.
yeah,
Non-Shyamalan.
you wouldn't know unless you actually saw the ending to that.
Oh my god.
Don't spoil it for me.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it
it's
yet.
it's a great movie.
I
It's
wanna
just that there's
watch
an
it.
hour of it that you can cut from it,
Was-
and nothing would change.
Was Matthew McConaughey Shyamalan at the end?
No, It was
That's a Nostalgia Critic joke. I'll tell you about that
Yeah.
later.
but yeah, go see that one. It's good. I mean, if it's good enough, we can sit there for 3 hours. It's fine. Plus, I'm sure TV stations would love you if you did that.
Yeah.
It just feels like there were some things cut, things were rushed, and the problem with this movie I have is that it wasn't long enough.
There wasn't
So-
enough plot, enough story in it.
No, not necessarily that. There was plenty of plot and story. It just seems like
Lacking development.
exactly. It just seemed like there was more to this story that was happening, And there were other scenes that just felt like they were only there to set up other future movies.
In a post Lord of the Rings world, a post extended edition, excuse me.
Yeah,
people judge movies by how long they are, not by how like the content of them. And then I think, yeah, like you said, this is kind of what we needed from just that one scene.
Yeah.
I would imagine that you could have, you know, a 1.5 hour movie and have it be nothing but amazing setups for everything and just
People
have it be a
these
great
days-
movie. And then you have a 3-hour movie, which is some of that and a bunch of filler.
Yeah.
Bunch of into that movie.
When you have a passion for a film like this, like the first Avengers, this one, the Hobbit movies were pretty good. I still need to see the last one. You might have issues with that. The Lord of the Rings movies, each one is like, I think like the first two are like 2.5, and the last one is like 3 hours. The Hobbits were 3 hours, and they were amazing. They're not making these movies so you can sit there, look at your watch, and say, I need to get to bed soon. I have to get up to work. No, they're trying to get you in your seat so you can look at this and say, this is an amazing experience that I want to do again. I hate people who judge movies by how long they are. It's like, oh, it's 3.5 hours long. Oh, let's not see that. Let's go see Ouija instead. It's only a half hour and a half long.
You can. I don't even have to see that movie
I actually
to know
figured
it's
out
crap.
something. There's a guy on the internet who does movie reviews also. His name's Chris Stutman. One of the things he did, because he didn't want to pay for a ticket to Ouija, is that he bought a ticket to John Wick, which he had seen the day before, and then he walked into the Ouija theater. I think you and I are going to be doing that a little bit more often. Some of these ones that we know that we don't want to support, such as the 50 Shades movie that's coming out next year.
Oh, gee.
50 Shades of bullshit.
He saw 50 Shades of Grey by himself.
Let's not
You can
dive too much
You
into
can
that.
watch his video. You can watch his video. He
Yeah.
put editing into that one.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't mind that it was length. I just feel that the development that we needed to be fully invested into the movie just wasn't completely there, especially with the villain. And by God, the Baron's part was just such a bit part. Especially considering that he is alive and he is going to be inside of Captain America 3. They've already announced that. So,
The Baron?
yeah, the Baron?
The blue guy at the end?
Nope.
Who's the Baron?
The Baron was the guy with the monocle that died with Ultron writing peace on the wall.
Oh.
Yeah, he is the villain for Captain America 3. They have announced that
Zebo. Baron Zebo.
Baron Zebo, yeah.
Who was the blue guy at the end who was like, oh...
Thanos.
Marvel's ripoff of Darkseid.
Or
And if anyone tries to question me on that, they can just go read the New Gods and look at the dates on those. Because it's quite clear who came
you know
first.
about all the Infinity Stones, right?
I know a little bit.
They're leading up to this huge war where with the Infinity Stones, you know the thing from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah.
That's what was one of them. The thing that gave Loki staff power in the first Avengers
and
was one of them.
Yeah.
That's the Mind Gem, the Ether from Dark World is the no, not the Power Gem. The Mind Gem, the
blue cube was
They're gonna
the
scream
Tesseract.
in the comments.
Was one of them.
That's the Power Gem, and then the one that they found inside of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Wasn't that destruction?
They're gonna
think
scream
so.
this at you in the comments.
Yeah, please tell me. I can't remember all of the gems.
Just don't be a jerk about
I
it.
do know that
If they are,
Alan Murdo, something like that. His cocoon was in the post-credit scene of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Murdo?
He has the time gem, and then when we're still looking on the other one, wherever the hell that one's gonna show up, probably in Thor: The Dark World. Let's be honest, it's probably gonna show up there. Or not Dark World, Ragnarok, which is where that well scene inside of this movie.
Yeah.
That's what that felt like it was. It just what? It felt out of place, but at the same time, his vision from the well helped create Vision. So I love the Vision in this. Was awesome. Vision did not get nearly enough screen time to get us to know him, but I think that they're going to save him for the next
Avengers.
Avengers.
Yes, he hates you most of all.
Yeah, it's like he he's waiting for don't worry, he's waiting for me. Tony Stark's like talking to other people. He's waiting for me. He wants me. Oh yes, he hates you most of all. Vision walks by Tony Stark.
Walks just so nonchalantly. It's hilarious.
And I really am gonna miss him as Jarvis. I really am.
But at like the end of the movie, where he's faced in front of Ultron, and it's set up for the most perfect joke I feel of the movie, is, oh, you are. Ultron's like, oh, you're unbearably naive, and Vision's like, well, I was born yesterday.
I was born yesterday.
I was born yesterday.
It's a great setup.
It was a perfect joke.
But throughout the whole movie, you laugh because everyone's got these amazing jokes.
There are so many jokes inside of this movie that everyone was laughing in that we missed probably crucial pieces of dialogue.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I probably did, yeah.
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
And that's one of the things that make the banner feel so real, is that the jokes just came off these actors so well.
Yeah.
They knew how to turn them and just get reactions out of each other. And just beautiful.
I would love to see the behind the scenes thing. There's a clip on YouTube that I found of the behind the scenes from when they were filming Aladdin. And they had the voice of Aladdin, and they had Robin Williams. And they're facing each other. They have their microphones, they have their setups and everything, and they're facing each other so they can get like better reactions out of the characters. Mm-hmm. And the guy playing Aladdin, like, Robin Williams says something, says a line, and then the guy playing Aladdin just breaks character and just cracks up, and they have to stop filming because so he can like catch his breath. I wonder if any of that went down. It probably did from any of these guys. I want to see that happen.
There was one from Guardians of the Galaxy, that whole dance off at the end of the movie. They actually do have a dance off in one of the outtakes.
Ronan in full makeup doing that.
Oh, not just Ronan. They Gamora gets inside of it as well as Drax. Drax doing he pulls up the leg and does the whole thing. It's pretty funny. And you can tell that everybody in this movie put their heart and soul into it.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Even the people who probably, let's face it, they're probably the two worst ones of the movie, which are Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Let's face it, they were okay. They just didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
The story about Tony Stark's weapon not going off.
If there's any problem with their performance, it's probably due to time.
Yeah. Which again, an extended edition would be perfect for it, so we could actually get a scene where, maybe they're talking about it, and.
Or if rather in the extended edition they add the entire corruption of Ultron, not just, hey, I'm alive, everyone needs to die.
When they're
from 0 to 60 and oh my god.
When they're in the base with the vibranium.
Yes.
Quicksilver's running and throws his hammer at one of the drones.
Oh yeah.
It's like, ooh, yeah.
He tries to grab the hammer like he's been doing with bullets and whatnot. and Hawkeye's arrow he did earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
He tries to grab the hammer and it like drags him along.
Yeah.
It's funny as hell.
That was a good idea until he tried to do it. Then he
Yeah.
realized. Then that's when he realized he fucked up. You need to have that one guy narrating and put that in a vine. That's when Quicksilver realized he fucked up.
Whip. Everybody's getting their armor on. We get a Reebok product placement.
No, it was Adidas.
Adidas.
It wasn't Reebok. It was Adidas.
He's got just this whole shelf of Adidas shoes.
Where the hell did he get an entire shelf of Adidas shoes? Let's be honest. He just barely joined the team, and not 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. I think
Thrift shop, man.
Ultron's disturbing imagery aside, when they introduced the Scarlet Witch, when she's messing with their minds, they did this sort of thing that I thought was going to go until the full movie, where it's being filmed like a horror movie or something.
Yes. Oh
where
my god.
She just sneaks up behind him like weird, twisted.
My sister.
Yeah.
That's some Sybil crap right there.
That's,
dude.
yeah.
And they're nightmares. My god. That was scarier than 90% of the horror films I've seen recently. And I saw freaking It Follows.
Yeah. We
Okay,
finally got
that wasn't that scary. It was more anxiety, but whatever.
We finally got context for the ballerinas.
Yes, we get context for the ballerinas. You got this really awesome trailer and just random shot.
Ballerina.
We got context for them, and it's actually one of the nightmares. And by God, dude, those ballerinas instantly turn into the most creepiest things you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Those aren't ballerinas, those are spawns of Satan.
Yeah.
The movie was just... I don't know if there's anything else we can do except for glad at this movie for the next 2 hours.
That joke that Nick Fury made. That Ultron's reproducing faster than a Catholic
rabbit.
That was the Catholic rabbits.
That was a good one. That's the best one-liner ever.
I don't know. There were a few good one-liners inside of it, and there was plenty of them from Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Especially in the Hulkbuster scene. Let's not say anything about the Hulkbuster scene.
Oh my gosh.
You need to see the Hulkbuster scene.
That was
amazing. One-liner when Tony gets his hands on him, and it's just... it had every single one of us laughing so hard. You'll know it when you see it. It's the highlight of it.
Oh my!
You'll probably have to.
Someone will make a real still joke there. I know it.
I think I might have already said that at the beginning, towards the beginning of the video, something about the Hulkbuster.
Whatever. Don't look it up. Don't try to remember it. Just go see the Hulkbuster scene.
That was amazing.
Watch the whole movie. You don't even have to watch one scene. Pay $11.
You can pay $11 for that scene alone.
I would love to see this at an AMC theater.
If you have a choice
I'd pay
between
more
this
money
and
for
like
it.
a 5-star steak. This is gonna be a tough choice, but hey, we told you to go to Avengers. Go there.
Yeah, go. So back to the final verdict, just so we can close this out. Yeah, there's no question. See this in theaters immediately.
Then buy it. Extended Blu-ray DVD.
Do it.
Ultimate Gamers Director's Cut.
Ultimate Gamers.
Ultimate Gamers Director's Cut, because apparently now Avengers is a video game.
Yeah.
Oh, it's always been a video game. It was
video
game long before they even made Marvel movies. There was Avengers video games on the NES.
Yes.
The SNES.
There was even a joke that someone made after the first Avengers came out about the fact that they decided to put Hawkeye in the movie and not Vision.
Yeah.
And now they're removing Hawkeye from the movie. They're not removing him. He's gonna come back for Avengers 3. Yeah. We already know that. They're gonna give him a few years of living with his family and doing all that stuff, and then they're gonna bring him back. I'm sorry. He's gonna see the danger and he's gonna say, "I gotta."
Yeah.
It's just one of those things.
And then the Hulk too. We forgot to left that out. Just in case this wasn't already disclaimered and everything. I'm disclaimering it again. The Hulk disappeared, like off the map, gone towards the end of the movie.
With his romance with Romanoff, which
was unexpected to say the least, because in the first Avengers, she was like, "Oh my God, he's gonna kill me." Which that apparently, I guess, is a turn on.
Wow.
It's not a turn on.
Did you hear about that one kid who killed like 3 people in real life, and every girl is now like, "Oh my God, I want to bone him"? Because that exists. That's a fetish.
I'm sure it does.
It probably does.
That's
it doesn't
that most women feel attracted to murderers.
It's the bad boy appeal. It's the Sasuke. It's the Joker, which is why they messed up his freaking image. Yes, I don't like it. It's going off of Ass Bar. For non-comic book fans, that's All-Star Batman and Robin. That's where the tattoos come from. It's pretty obvious. It's a Frank Miller production, and it sucks. But it's not about that. So, yeah. Final verdict from the movie. Go see it immediately. Go buy it in D-Box. Go buy it. It's worth every penny to see it on a big screen. Yes. Especially if you can find an IMAX theater that's playing this shit.
Yes.
Go to my website. I'll email you the funds to go watch the movie at www.thisisreallyfake.com. Go there. Get money. If that's actually a website, go. I don't care if you go.
It probably is. It's probably a porno site, but let's be honest.
Why not?
So
silicone's a fetish too. But
Alrighty, so
Go watch it.
as
We're not
always-
ending on the silicone joke.
Yes,
you
we
kidding
are
me?
totally ending
Are
on
you
this.
kidding me?
That's the highlight of this review.
We could make a miscarriage joke. Too.
No,
We
no,
won't.
no. We have really nothing else to say about the movie because anything else we wouldn't want to spoil.
We didn't really get much into the plot. We
Because-
just told about the parts that were freaking awesome, except the Hulkbuster scene, because we're not going to spoil
We'll
that.
let you
the,
deduce
the
everything.
plot of this movie is going to keep you guessing, and it's not one that we want to horribly spoil for you. I mean, there are parts, Ultron's backup plan and things. It really is overly complicated for its own good. And we'd spend another hour just trying to explain what happens in order.
Ultron, should I say it? Ultron basically wants to recreate Noah's Ark. That's about it.
Yeah,
With a floating city.
Yeah.
turning it into a
Meteor.
which, with all the magnet technology he had, wouldn't it have been easier just to build a giant magnet and launch it into Earth's atmosphere and just pull a meteor in?
Yeah.
Or rather, just move the planet. That's what I would have done. He's got the power to do that. He could have did that.
Nah, that might be a little out of his range. But meteors are smaller. He'd probably get a hold of one of them. It's a railgun from DC. But yeah, the movie is just something you need to go see.
Go watch it.
There's nothing else. So, yeah, as always, I'm Kelly,
I'm DJ.
I'm Andrew.
and we'll see you all next
Next
time.
time.